So if I can invite you all to sit up straight, feet flat on the floor, maybe have a quick stretch, and put your feet flat on the floor. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out. Take another nice deep breath in, holding it at the top. And then let it out as slowly as you can. Just easing the tension out of your body as you breathe out. And now allow your breathing to return to normal. Just resting your attention very gently on the sensation of the in-breath and on the sensation of the out-breath. When you notice your mind has got distracted, be very gentle with yourself about that. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Just notice that your mind went somewhere and then let it go. Return your attention back to the next breath and start again. And we'll do this for about 10 minutes. So we're about 3 minutes in. Just like to remind you to be very gentle with yourself. When you Notice that your mind has gone somewhere. It's just what minds do. Doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Just notice that it happened. See if you can let go of the thought. And then allow yourself to return back to the next breath. And simply start again. There's around 3 minutes left. Once again, I'd just like to encourage you to just keep trying, no matter how many times your mind has gone somewhere. Or if your mind went somewhere for most of the meditation, that's fine, it doesn't matter. But when you notice your mind has gone somewhere, just keep persevering. Just keep going back to that next breath and starting again. I'm going to ask you to keep your eyes closed, but to take a nice deep breath in and let it out. And just to expand the area of your attention to notice your whole body. Noticing the sensation of your feet. Noticing the seat that you're sitting in. Noticing the heaviness of your shoulders. Noticing sensation of your face. Noticing all these different sensations you can feel throughout your body if you pay attention. And then just see if you can notice once again without judging it, without trying to change it. Just notice how you feel right now, whatever it is. If it's a pleasant emotion, or if it's an uncomfortable emotion, see if without having a conversation about it or trying to avoid it or resist it, just see if you can simply notice what's true about your emotions right now. And take another deep breath in and let it out. And when you're ready, open your eyes and connect yourself back into the room. Okay, so if you're new to this, and since it's week one, I sort of assume people are new, even if you've got a lot of experience, I think the logical question or the obvious question is, so what? So I breathe. I notice my breathing. I get distracted. I bring it back. Who cares? Like, what's the big deal? Why do we care? So, in the second half of the 12 weeks, we're going to look a lot more into detail about why this practice is so beneficial and helpful in your life. But I just want to give you like a quick overview or a quick, like, very high level summary of like why I think we do this. And I think Justin's sort of take on this is I think there are three reasons why we meditate. The first one is, and this is why almost everybody comes to meditation the first time, is we want to feel better. We just want to feel a bit better. And we heard meditation's good for stress or relaxation. And so, we want a bit more of that and we want to feel a bit better. So we want to meditate. And you know what? It works for most people. For most people who meditate, even if you just do it occasionally, you meditate for a bit and you feel a bit better. That's great. Second reason is I think it's a training. So we are training ourselves in a whole bunch of different skills, but primarily at first we're training ourselves in this skill of awareness, of becoming more aware of our mind, of our body, of our emotions, of our reactions. We're starting to notice how we react to things, we're really noticing who we are. We're starting to become more familiar with our mind and how it works. And the premise behind this training thing is that your mind is amazing. It's an absolutely incredible thing. It's phenomenal. It does so many things. It lives your life for you. It manages relationships, career, finances. It remembers to do laundry once in a while. I mean, it's incredible what it can do. And yet, the other flip side of this is that it is fundamentally flawed in a couple of different ways. And we're going to get more into that next week and looking a little bit more detail about how this is. But just suffice to say that there are a couple of ways in which there's nothing you can do about it. It's just part of being human. But there are a couple of ways in which your mind is really designed for your survival and not for your happiness. And that a couple of these aspects that are designed for survival are actually kind of programmed to make you miserable and make you a little bit crazy. So we're going to look next week, we'll look more in detail as to what some of that hardwiring errors are. But you're probably aware, like, it's not just the hardwiring of being human that makes your mind errors, gives your mind errors. You've got all this soft wiring, or what I call the soft wiring, which is your upbringing, your parents and school and relationships and life and these experiences that damage us and cause us all these problems. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in our psyche, hardwired errors in our psyche, and then a whole bunch of the soft wiring. And in meditation, one of the things that we're starting to do is, in the training, we're starting to be able to notice our own mind. We become more familiar with our own mind, our own emotions, and our own feelings, reactions, things like that. That's one aspect. There's a lot more going on than just awareness and this whole thing about the mind. We're going to learn a bit more about focus, concentration, things like non-judgment, curiosity, this weird term called non-striving. So we're going to do a bunch of training in all of these different things, and I'll explain as we look at each of these details, like why that's important for meditation and also why that is so helpful for your lives. And of course, there's this whole training around compassion, love, kindness, incredibly powerful stuff. So there's the training aspect. So we want to feel better. There's a training aspect. And then the last piece is just that I want to say, people come because they want to feel better. I get it. They want to feel better. Or people have heard about the training and they go, oh yeah, okay, I want those skills. I want to be better at this. I want to be better at that. And I want to be better at these things. And I want a better mind. And I want to understand myself better and all that kind of stuff. And that's great. And that is fantastic. But there is another dimension to this. And that is simply that meditation's been done for thousands of years. And obviously this mostly comes to us from religious practices and things. And it is that people throughout history, across all cultures, all traditions, have discovered that there's this meditation thing. And in meditation and other contemplative practices, there is the possibility of something else. And I'm not that interested in trying to tell you what that something is or trying to tell you what you're going to discover. I just encourage you to be open that people have been doing this for thousands of years because there is the possibility of something else on offer. And it might be very profound and it might not be. It might be simple stuff that you discover, but there is something else possible for you to discover in meditation. And part of this is just the fun of finding out what that is for yourself. So feeling better, this whole training aspect, and then just be open to something else. See what else. So that's hopefully 3 reasons. Hopefully that's intrigued you enough to come back for next week. Okay, so we're running out of time. So we've just about got time for one more meditation and to wrap up. So if I can invite you to stretch if you need to. And then as soon as you can, just take a seat, sitting up straight, feet flat on the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. And let it out, just releasing any of the tension in your body. And then allow your breathing, allow your breathing to return to normal. Then we're going to do a slight variation on the breathing meditation this time. So what I'd like you to do is to allow your breathing to return to normal. And just resting your attention on the breathing as you did before. Just noticing the in-breath and noticing the out-breath. But with the next in-breath, I'd like you to count 1, and then with the out-breath, 2. And with the next in-breath, 3. And with the out breath, 4. And I'd like you to keep doing this up to 10. So keep counting your breaths in and out up to 10. And then when you get to 10, just like you to start to count back down again to 1. And as before, even with the counting, you'll notice your mind will still want to wander. You'll still be solving problems, thinking about things, whatever. But just keep the counting going, and if you completely lose track of the counting, or you find yourself up to 23 because you totally missed it when you got to 10, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It's fine. It happens. Just start again at 1. That's all. It's just to give your mind something else to hold on to while we're doing this exercise. So counting up to 10, and then back down to 1. And we'll do this for about 10 minutes. We're about 3 minutes in. Once again, just invite you to be very gentle with yourself. If you notice that your mind has gone somewhere, or you've lost count, or you've gone up to some big number, you missed 10, doesn't matter. When you notice that you've got distracted, just bring yourself back to the next breath and just start again with one. There's just a few minutes left. This is the last meditation of the day, so just really encourage you to keep the effort going, to notice, or every time you notice that your mind went somewhere, see if you can keep doing that, keep making that little bit of effort to start again, to go back to the beginning. Rest your attention on the next breath and start again at one. I'd like to invite you to keep your eyes closed, but to take a nice deep breath in and let it out. And once again, just to expand the area of your attention beyond your breathing or the counting. And just notice your whole body, from the top of your head the tips of your toes. Just noticing the huge number of little sensations that your body is sending you. Your feet, your legs, where you're sitting in the chair or on a cushion. Sensations of your hands, wherever they are. Noticing your body moving as you breathe. Once again, just seeing if you can notice how you're feeling right now, without resisting it or resenting it if you can. I know you might not like the uncomfortable feelings. You might want to feel good, and I understand that. Of course I do. But for this exercise, just see if you can simply notice how you're feeling without resisting it, trying to change it, or having a conversation about it. Just noticing how you feel right now. And take a deep breath in and let it out. And when you're ready, open your eyes and connect yourself back into the room. So, that's the end of week 1. Thank you very much, everybody, for supporting this, for participating, for encouraging me to do this. We'll be back, same time, same place. Well, a different YouTube link, and I'll try not to screw it up next time. So we'll be back next week, and I'll post everything in terms of YouTube links and all that kind of stuff on the website. That's RealWorldMeditation.org, and all of that stuff is under events. I'm also going to be doing this week 8:30 a.m. meditations live here on YouTube. And again, those links will be posted on the website. So every morning, 8:30, it'll be very short. It's just going to be what we did today. So it's just going to be very short meditations. And so I hope that some of you will be able to join that. If I can encourage you, if you can't join that, I'm just going to ask you to see if you can try and do some meditation this week. Ideally every day, but it doesn't matter if you just remember once or whatever. See if you can do as much as you can, but don't do too much. Just try and do small, manageable amounts. So all I'm going to ask you to do is to try that counting exercise. Just count up to 10 and then back down again to 1 and see if you can do that 5 times. That's it. So that should take anywhere from 5 to about 10 minutes or something like that. So it's about 100 breaths. So if you count, not even whole breaths, just 100 in and outs. So that's 50 whole breaths. That might be about 5 minutes. And just see if you can do that. Maybe first thing in the morning, maybe at some point during the day. Just take 5 minutes. It's just good to keep the practice going. So small, achievable, small. And if you fail, don't worry about it. We'll try something different next week. But just keep at it. And best of luck. And I'm very sorry I ran over. But thanks to those of you who stuck around. And please get in touch by the website or reply to my emails or whatever with any questions you've got, concerns, advice. Let me know how this went. Thank you very much, everybody. Be well.